Hello people, the time has come for me to leave your lovely country. It has been a fun ride so far, save for a few minor details, but that's life, I suppose. I will be documenting my travels from country to country, and if you're interested in knowing what it looks like on the other side, then by all means keep on watching. I'm sure some of you would like for me to show a little bit about what's going on in Stockholm and how it looks. However, at the moment I'm not really comfortable walking around too much. I'm gonna stay inside and leave Stockholm for Finland as soon as possible due to the the uncontrolled COVID situation in especially Stockholm. Man, Sunday 21st of June, D-Day, election day, and what crappy weather. Rain the whole freaking day. Here we are on the way to the airport, leaving Belgrade for the Nikola Tesla airport. My host is actually giving me a ride, which is incredibly sweet of her and very necessary or very useful, helpful for me, as the A1 bus that I usually take isn't running. There is another bus I could take, but I just won't be asked to do that as I got a ride now. Here we go, got my ticket. Wow, this place is empty. So I'm here at the Nikola Tesla airport, dressed up as Sub-Zero. And I got my bag checked. Barely. Whoa, I have so much shite in it. My goodness, I couldn't even... I was gonna buy a good bottle of like homemade rakia, but I just, it weighed too much. I just couldn't do that, so I'll do that next time. I've got my boarding passport. And what's interesting is that they wouldn't check me in on this flight unless I had either proof of residence in Sweden or a valid ticket out of Sweden. So I don't know what's happening here. Luckily, I did bring my Swedish ID card with me, so he checked that and all was okay. And I'm glad I did have it with me, because I mean, what would have happened otherwise? I mean, I can show him my house keys, but it's not like he's gonna be, oh yeah, that goes to the address so and so. So, oh goodness, it is really empty here. It is really empty here. Look at this. I'm actually sitting here. Oh, it's a self-service. I can't. Actually, there's some stuff inside that guarana box. Oh, shit. Self-service. You see? There's some stuff inside there. Self-service. Does that mean that I can just like walk up in here and grab a guarana? Or whatever the hell it's called. No, I don't drink energy drinks. They taste funky to me. And that comes from a person who loved hard sport when I was a kid. And until to this day, I still do. And I drink Blue Mirinda, but I do not touch energy drinks. So, having said that, there seems to be nothing to eat here, nothing to buy here. So I am glad that I took my kikiriki sticks. And I won't eat too many because I have no water to wash it down with. So now I'm just waiting for being able to enter the passport control. They have a limited time slot of I don't know. My flight leaves at 5. The last time I can go through the passport gates is at 4 o'clock, and the earliest I can go is 3 o'clock. However, I was asked by Air Serbia to be here 3 hours ahead of in advance, just because they would measure my temperature, and if something was wrong or something, then that would leave me a headroom for fixing the problem. However, nobody measured my temperature here, at least not as of yet. And what's strange is now they've packed my bags, checked in my bags, so it would be strange to measure my temperature afterwards, seeing as that could potentially mean that they would have to deny me entrance on the flight, or not entrance, what do you call? Like I couldn't get on board the flight. Now, permission to board the flight is what it's called. Now, and that would in turn mean that they would have to take out my bags and the flight would be delayed. And I suppose that's okay because they don't have that many incoming or outgoing flights from here anyways, so I don't know. God, this mask wearing sucks. And apparently I'm not the only one who thinks so. I'm through. I'm through, and I'm glad nobody cares to give you bullshit about this, because it's a few days overstay. It's not the end of the world, I guess. They're smart enough to realize that. The duty-free shop is open, which is amazing. Let's go in and see. Let me just go and check what they have. Maybe I can actually find a nice, decent bottle of rakia in there. What an explosive gate. Take your sweet time, why don't you? It's not like we're in a hurry. There's a young Swedish guy sitting in the seat in front of me, speaking Serbian to another stranger to him with a very, very harsh Swedish accent. But I think it's amazing that he's completely fluent in Serbian. He's just trying and when he doesn't know a word, he just goes around it, but he doesn't stop and he doesn't apologize. I think that's brilliant, and I'm so impressed by him because of his accent. I'd say he learned Serbian at an adult age, which means that he probably doesn't have family ties directly to Serbia. So he's just learned it on his own in some way, for some reason. And I think that's just brilliant. I mean, it's not like the go-to language you go for just for funsies, like, I don't know, German or French or Russian in my case. It's just... I am thoroughly impressed. And no, just because he has an accent, I mean, my Serbian accent would be even harsher than his. But I'm impressed with him. Well done, you. Okay, fuck this shit. Ain't nobody in here who cares. So somebody just got busted for traveling without documents or something. I hate the way the police here, or like authorities, deal with these situations, because they always go like, oh, yeah, but you don't have any papers. And I fucking hate that. They sound like they're getting an asthma attack. Instead of just trying to help or explain the situation, they always seem to assume that you knew better, but then decided to disrespect them personally every time. And I think it's cute that Serbs still haven't removed their masks. This is effing Sweden, sweethearts. Nobody cares here. Keep your gloves on and don't touch your face, especially after you've touched a Swede. Now I'm just being mean. Tourist in Sweden. Okay, I'm out and I'm gonna get a taxi. And I'm only gonna take Taxi Stockholm because the other companies are borderline legal. The problem with the Swedish cab system is that it is unregulated and completely privatized, which means that anybody can have a taxi. I'm gonna pick the only legal option. Except somebody already picked him. This is a horrible taxi. That's a criminal taxi. Hey! Jag kommer direkt till... Åh, vet du vad? Du kan kanske ta den där. Why was he waiting for me to respond? I don't know. Well, anyways. And they don't know the streets, they will check up their GPS, and if they don't know where something is, they'll just drive around and round and round, and you will end up paying for it. So there's a lot of criminality. There's a lot of criminal behavior behind a lot of taxis. You don't really know what you get unless you get a regulated taxi company. In my case, Taxi Stockholm, not Stockholm Taxi, Taxi Stockholm, and that's the only one I will ever use. What the fuck? 3 months later. And if you are wondering why there's nobody out on the street, it is not because of COVID, naturally. It is simply because this weekend that just was the weekend of Midsummer, which is a weekend when Finns and Swedes go to their summer cottage. They go somewhere out from the city and they stay there. And that's usually when summer vacation starts. I'm just gonna put in 3 beers because I can't decide on which one I want. And people who don't have a summer cottage obviously don't go anywhere. And people who do, they never stay in the city. So some of them are gonna come back to crowd the street, recrowd the streets, come next week. But most of them not. This is where summer vacation begins. Those that can afford to have it, especially in these times.